This is Asaki Online. Welcome to Agriculture On Cite. I'm your host, Busani Bafana. Anele Mnyandu is a dairy farmer with a knack for innovation, keen to milk the benefit of science to get better milk and more beef from livestock. Anele has bred a special calf through artificial insemination. She has produced a calf from the genes of a semental bull and a Friesland cow. We learn more about a new marvel. Anele, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Busani.
As a farmer, just to start off with, how did you actually come about, getting into dairy farming? Maybe even before I even ask you about this marvel that you've achieved.
Dairy farming has always been my dream. I'm passionate in empowering women in agriculture and contributing to the food security in Zimbabwe and economic growth. So the dairy farming is my way of making a difference.
Right. Interestingly, what was the ultimate goal that you had in doing this crossbreed? You've actually come up with a crossbreed of a Simmental and a Friesland. Why?
During my short time in dairy farming, because I started in 2023 with just the 3 heifers, I realized that this pure breed of Friesland is sort of fragile. They are not resistant to anything. Come rains, they are sick. When extreme temperatures, they get sick. So I said to myself, no, I cannot be always working to buy medicine. What if I create a breed that is more resilient and of dual purpose? Then that's when I thought, why not cross? Why not cross my Friesland cows with Simmental? Simmental being my best choice because naturally Simmental has got milk. And I love its strength, it's beefy. So I had to go through the artificial insemination way with the help of Dr. Bruce Chafimirane of Matopo Research. So that's how it started. So I had to get semens from the Simmental bull. We did artificial insemination so to get this mother. Now I've got a female calf which has got both qualities of a beef, a breed and a dairy breed.
Oh, well, I take it you must be a very proud mother. Maybe just walk us through the process. How did this all actually happen? And maybe a little bit real about this technology, using the technology of artificial insemination. How did this actually happen that you ended up having this calf?
Yes, most of it is just technical. I'll just simplify it because I'm not a vet. So what I've seen the doctor doing, they prepare the animal to get on head. It will take some days. There are injections involved. There are loops that are inserted into the uterus to prepare in a way like you're asking the cow, you're forcing it to get on heat so that by the time you plant the semens, it's already on heat. It becomes like a natural. Instead of the bull mounting the cow, it's now the doctor planting at the right time, hoping that it conceives.
Why did you opt for artificial insemination when you could have actually used
the actual bull?
Or yes.
The bulls are expensive. I'm just a small-scale farmer. Well, I couldn't afford at that time to do that. I thought this was cheaper. And to hire bulls is risky and expensive at the same time. So I thought, why not use artificial insemination as long as the results are the same? And the bull, another thing, if your head, like my head, was still small, I was so worried that what am I going to do with the bull for the all 9 months while the cows are pregnant? Because when cows are in calf, the bull it can't work. It's not doing anything. It's simply waiting for them to deliver. It's going to be a problem. Since I'm in the village, the problem would be the bull would be like tempted to want to go and visit the other female breeds from the neighborhood. So it was not an option to have a bull. The only option was like, let's go the scientific way.
Interestingly, tell us now more about this special breed of actually calf. Looking now that you have the calf, well, when was it born, and looking at it now, what characteristics then are telling you that you actually met your objective of creating, a dual purpose, animal?
Okay, as for now, it's fortunately enough it's a female calf, but I wouldn't know whether it's going to give me the milk that I want. But as far as the body is concerned, I've seen the traits. The calf is strong, it's beefy, it looks like a cementire. Cementires, they're beefy, they're strong, they're like saying, I'm here. I will see with time when it's a cow how the milk will be, but I can hopefully get there. And my plans are that from now onwards, the whole head, I'll have the dual purpose head. A situation where when I plan to sell the male ones, they will go straight to the butcher for slaughter, for meat. If I've got females, they're okay for milk. So that's where the dual purpose comes in. I'm not stuck to dairy. I'm a both farmer in using same animal.
Right. Would you now say this calf now represents, the future of your dairy farm?
Oh yes. That's my dream come true. I've always wanted a semester bull, but I could not afford it. But now, come science, I have the bull through artificial insemination.
And what tips would you actually give farmers who are even in dairy, who are who would be interested in improving on their heads, and particularly in tapping the better traits like that like what we have actually done in using a cemental bull to improve your
From my
head?
experience and my advice to other small scale is dairy farming needs a lot of capital. It needs a lot of money. So for one to grow, you can't start with pure Friesland and want to grow fast, because you'll be getting a lot of milk that you expect, yes, but it will all go out. That money is just coming in and going out. So for small farmers, I would suggest they go the dual purpose way, so that at the end of the day, until you have raised enough capital, by choice, you can then decide, let me do pure Friesland. Because pure Friesland is expensive, you might get a slow growth of your head. So yes, artificial insemination again is the only way for small scale farmers. In the sense that I've already explained that you don't need a bull, you don't need to keep the bull for the whole year, because a cow would take 9 months to be in calf before it delivers. So all the 9 months you're just feeding the bull, keeping the bull, and there is no protection. So artificial insemination, you have no problem of the bull. You do it, you are done. Then when the calf, when they deliver, you make them rest for about 2 months. You call the doctor again for another artificial insemination. You find that the money you spend on artificial insemination is far less than the amount of money you'd use to buy a bull. I'm talking about small scale. Maybe for large scale, a bull will work.
Maybe to talk about the level of investment here. You've already talked about quite the expense of actually having a bull, to instead of going the artificial insemination route. what was your experience like, in terms of investing, in running this dairy operation? Maybe if you could tell us that.
Because I was so passionate about doing that, there are some of the things that I didn't at that time look into, which I'm seeing through experience. I started as a tomato farmer, a village tomato farmer. I did tomatoes. I have been to broiler keeping. And then with those savings, I decided in 2023, let me buy 3 heifers, Friesland heifers. I didn't look for a loan. The money was there. Little did I know that it's not only about owning the animals. You need more than that. So now it's getting toughish. It's getting, because of the land issue. I've got limited land. There is no place. I don't have land to grow the irrigated pastures. I don't have land for enough to do things like silage and all that. So it's another challenge. It's another challenge. So I face my challenge and innovate to overcome any challenges. But otherwise, you need land. You need water like boreholes. You need to irrigate pastures to cut down on feeding costs, because the feeding concentrates are too high. They're too expensive. Another thing, a cow has to eat about 3% of its body weight every day of balanced diet. And if you are relying on buying, it really kills the budget. You just have to grow your own food.
Right. What have you been doing? Are you growing your own, feed for your cattle, or have you also been digging deep into your pocket, to buy actually processed or ready-made feed?
Okay. I've been digging into my pocket. That's why I'm saying my challenge is I'm innovating ways to counter them. I know what to do, but I started with owning animals before I did that. So I'm buying, and we have an irrigation scheme nearby. Farmers would give me some greens, and I would use maize stalk just to chop them and mix with a lot of other pastures just to feed and boost the. Still, for now, it's not enough. You need to do it yourself.
You have plans to actually expand your dairy herd?
Oh yes, yeah. Oh yes. I don't think for myself. I think generational wealth is what is in my mind. I'm thinking of increasing my herd to 50 for a start.
Okay. And what's the plan?
The plan is that I
going to use again, rely really on artificial insemination, to get more, animals.
But by that time, I will honestly be having my own seminal bull. I'll be still crossing, maybe buying more Friesland cows and crossing with the seminal bull by that time. The whole idea is to offer food security in the country and for economic growth, so much that we tap into the Zimbabwe's potential in dairy. So we can't think like smallish, like peasant farmers.
Maybe tell me, now that you have actually produced, this crossbreed, this calf. Now, is this really going to be the seed now for your future, cows? Are you looking at that now? You'll be using this calf, then would actually be the foundation. Is this going to be the foundation to build your?
This calf was just a test case, and it's the foundation of the breeds that I will have in future. But I'll still need the Frieslands to cross, because the product is already there. It can't cross itself. I'll still need the Friesland cows and a seminal bull. You were talking about the future plans. Other plans I have is to have a modern milking parlor. You know, the milking parlor, where you do the milking and all the machinery involved, and to have a processing plant where you would have value-added products. That's all in the plan, the future plan.
To tell us more about your current operations, like you with the head that you have. How much milk are you actually producing, and what are you doing? Any value addition into that milk, or you actually sell this as raw milk?
No, to process the milk is a future plan. But right now, we selling it as raw milk. The only value addition is Amas, the famous Amas. Wow, it's a darling for all customers. I started with 3 in 2023. Now there are 11, including the bull that I sourced out externally and some cows. There are 11. We're milking 5 now, but hopefully by next year we'll be milking 6, because I've got a heifer that's almost due to be mounted. So we have milk, it fluctuates between 15 and 20 liters per cow per day. We milk twice, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So at times you could get 10 in the morning, 10 in the evening per cow, or it would come down to 8 or to 7. It really depends on a number of things. The health of the cow, the climate, like if it's extreme hot, they get stressed. If it's too cold, they get stressed. If it's raining and it gets rained, they are wet, they get stressed. So they don't want noise, too much noise, they get stressed. So if everything is equal, it's 10 liters in the morning, 10 liters in the evening. If there's no stress, they're healthy, they're fed well, it's 10 liters. So I get 20 liters per day per cow.
Now with your dual purpose, calf, I think, well, which will actually become the prized cow. How do you hope to go around the challenge that of the characteristics of these current dairy cows that you have? Where you are saying that they're more temperamental and they would succumb to heat. Do you envisage that your new breed is answering or overcoming all those challenges?
The new breed will definitely overcome on the healthy side. We're getting a stronger, resilient breed. But as for more milk production, it must just stay at the same, hopefully, way it was. Because the male breed is not Holstein, is not Friesland. The male breed is Simmental. I don't expect a Simmental to have more milk than a Friesland. But definitely know that a Simmental is stronger and is more resilient. So my Fisher breed is going to be more resilient. It cuts down on veterinary costs. But as for the volume of the milk, it might be the same.
Okay, what next now for our calf? What will you be monitoring closely on?
For now, it's very healthy. It looks healthy, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy about the breed, the new breed that I've created. I'm thinking the only thing is to wait for about a year and 5 months. It's going to be a due to be mounted for reproduction. These cows, they don't take long time. I've got one of the cows here. It was mounted when it was 1 year, 2 months. But the average is 1 year, 5 months. So if we wait for a year and a half, then we can see that the milk is just the same like Friesland, but the body is stronger now.
So if waiting a year, then we want to see the result.
Definitely. Zimbabwean males have given us a freedom of doing anything. They have given us the freedom of even being building contractors. We have even just seen builders or those drivers. They're driving what you call a makonyet. Yeah, we do anything. It's all about passion.
There you are. My guest was Anele Mnyandu, a dairy farmer in Mawabeni in Busani district in Matabeleland South. She has actually successfully bred a crossbreed calf from a Simmental bull and a Friesland cow, which she says has the right traits that will ensure a higher productivity of milk as well as better meat from the animal. This is Asake Online. You're actually watching on Agriculture On Cite. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms at Site ZW. This is Busani Bafana.